you have your block, start on your backs and bring the block with you and have it at the lowest setting and set up for bridge and slide the block at the lowest setting. And for some reason you don't have a block, just reach for like a pillow or something, a little blanket, anything to just elevate. Right. So it's just like a restorative bridge, lowest setting, fingertips skim the backs of the heels. Good. And you can just turn the palms open and kind of like lift the shoulder blades up and then gather them together. So you're creating a soft little back bend. And then just breathe, close your eyes for a moment. And just feel the flow of your breath. Feel and hear the sound of the rain. And just find a nice, easy, steady connection to you this morning. Good. So blink your eyes open, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and keeping your left foot grounded. Good. You can take your palms and just kind of anchor them into the mat. Externally press your right thigh down and create a hip opener. But feel your back spread across the mat and the shoulders stay down, the neck stay down, and flex the foot strong. Just breathe. Breathe into your outer hip, breathe into your groin and inner thigh, and breathe into even the base and the arch of your foot as you press a little more. Good. Draw the right knee in towards the navel. Keep your left foot bent like this. So just draw the right knee in. Good. Extend the right leg up and grab behind the thigh, all while on the block. Good. Breathe into the back side of the leg. Just link the feeling of the stretch. Doesn't have to be so powerful to your breath. Good. Reach the arms forward, lift the shoulders an inch, drive the fingers forward, press the left foot down, keep the right leg straight up and down, and just draw forward. And take this little table, like this little bit baby kind of crunch up through your abdominal wall. If hands behind the head helps you keep the neck a little bit more long and length, like with a little more length, then do that. Hold here. Just draw in, lift the shoulders, keep the right leg flexed, keep the left leg bent, pressing down, and scoop out your belly. Spread your lower back into the mat. Take another breath in. Exhale the breath lower down, bend the right leg. Good. Cross the left ankle over the left thigh. Feel the right foot press, spread the palms, and then externally rotate that left thigh and flex. And then just breathe. So it shows you how you don't have to do too much to feel. If you feel nothing, enjoy just feeling less and making it feel a little lighter and a little freer. Just breathe here. Hug the left knee in. Keep the right leg driving forward. So squeeze in nice and tight. Lubricate the hip. Make sure your right leg isn't dropping out. The foot isn't completely mounted to the ground. The knee moving forward. Extend the left leg up. I like to grab behind the thigh, guys, because most of us with the block underneath, it's going to be harder to reach any further. If you have more flexibility, you can go for it. Just flex and hold. Soften the shoulders, spread the lower back, round the right foot, and just breathe into the back side of the leg. So the block creates a little bit of support and it changes the feeling a little. Keep the leg driving up, okay? Just reach your arms forward and lift the shoulders. Keep the right foot grounded. Hands can go behind the head. You can create like a little length through the back of the neck if that's easier. Scoop up the shoulders and hold the left leg up. Hold it up in space. Lift a little higher. Scoop out the belly. Keep pressing down through your right foot, flexing the left foot strong. Lower the shoulders, rebend the left leg. Lift the hips up, slide the block out. Slowly lower the hips down. Go for a happy baby here. Grab the outsides of your feet and pull your knees down around your ribs. Spread the lower back across the mat. Feel the upper shoulders press down. Hug the knees in towards the center line. Rock and roll several times. Cross the ankles, plant your hands, step to a tabletop. Step into a tabletop. Good. Sink the spine down and look forward for a few basic movements. Exhale, hollow out the abdominal wall, round and look in. Try it again. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. One more, sinking down and looking forward, make a connection. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. Come to flat back tabletop. Walk your hands out a little further. Curl the toes into the mat and start to lift slow into a dog. Breathe into the back side of your body this morning. Yeah, take up quite a bit of space on your mat. Sometimes I find when we get to this first down dog, we're kind of like futzing around the mat. You kind of trying to feeling your way into like what your body needs, the shape that it needs, the amount of space that we need to hold in this posture. So take the few moments to kind of wiggle it out. And once you find a sweet spot that you're like, okay, I think I can hold this for a few breaths, find some stillness, not just in your body, but more importantly, try to find some stillness in your mind. Good luck. God bless. Move the shoulders away from the center line of the body. Hug the outer triceps in. Plug down through your thumb, your baby finger, your index finger. Come high up onto your tippy toes, guys, if you can. High up onto your tippy toes. Yes. Your hips are lifting super, super high. Scoop out your belly. Feel your armpits kind of like scoop out, and then very, very slow, start to lower your heels towards the ground. And they may or may not get any closer, but it's just the sensation of feeling the backside of your body lengthen while you continue to breathe your hips way up off your shoulders this morning. From down dog, roll forward to plank. And from first dog to plank, sometimes it's a little funky, so you may need to walk it out a little. Stack yourself up neatly and nicely. Know the modification here. You can always drop your knees. Yeah. Lead with your chest and your heart. Look forward a little with your eyes. Plug down through your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger. Anchor. Draw the belly into the center line. Good. Drop your knees right down behind you, everybody. So a little behind you. Keep your toes curled into the mat. Lower halfway at most to a chaturanga push-up. Keep your neck nice and free and long. Re-straighten your arms to supported plank position. Do this really slow. Lift the knees, activate the quads, hips up and back, downward facing. When you get to down dog, spread your toes really wide. So just like that a bunch of times. Plank position. Yep. Drop the knees, they go behind you. Halfway to a supported push-up. Straighten to a supported plank. Lift the knees, activate the core and the thighs. Hips up and back to a dog, and really see if you can spread your toes wide. One more, plank position like an ocean wave. Make small movements, guys. Drop your knees on an angle. Halfway to a push-up. Straighten your arms to find that supported plank. Lift the knees, activate. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank and hug your right knee in towards the center line of the body. Scoop up the core, press into the mat. Land your right foot all the way forward and through. Yeah. Come to your fingertips and then spring your left foot forward. Long spine on the inhale. If the hands don't quite make it, use blocks or slide your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold and let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Slide the arms up, look up a little. Dive over, bend knees forward, fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips and prepare. That means just look forward, find extension. Guide your right leg all the way back. Plant your palms, step to a plank. Halfway to a push-up chaturanga, drop your knees if you need support. Re-straighten your arms to plank position. Hug your left knee in, scoop out your belly. Look forward a little with your eyes, press downward into the mat, land your left foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips, pause. Don't be in such a rush, even though you might think you know where you're going. Land your right foot forward. Long spine on the inhale, keep that weight forward. Exhale, fold, let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Arms slide up, look up a little. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Giant step back with your left foot. Right foot joins, plank. Moving just like this, halfway to a push-up. Re-straighten to plank. Hug your right knee in. Scoop out your belly, slide your right foot forward. Low lunge, keep your hands down. Spring your left foot forward. Long spine, inhale, exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer and heart, drop your arms, keep going. Arms slide up, look up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare. Guide your right leg all the way back. Just that stepping action, so great for the hip flexors. Plant the palms, left foot joins, plank. Halfway to a push-up, re-straighten to plank. Hug the left knee in, it's like a little dance routine. Guide your left foot forward. Come to your fingertips, spring your right foot forward. Long spine, inhale, exhale, fold, head drops. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Movement and breath, arms slide up, look up. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, set it up. Guide your left foot all the way back. Right foot joins, plank. Halfway to a push-up, pause. Drag yourself through up dog or baby cobra, you pick. Press your hands and the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good, look where you want to go. Step or maybe float your feet to the top of the mat. Get there nice and light. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Look up a little without your neck dropping back. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Step or maybe float through a vinyasa. So as you move through your plank to your push-up, to your up dog or cobra, you can add or subtract anything that feels like you need it or don't want it today. Meet me in a down dog, hold and breathe. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top. One more of those. Long spine, nice. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Anchor. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. One more, arms slide straight up towards the sky, go up nice and big. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your weight carry you forward. Long spine sets you up, step or float through any version of a vinyasa that works. That could simply just be going back to a dog and holding your down dog. Nice. In this down dog, breathe your right leg up, only hip height. Yeah. So it's so easy for those that are more mobile to just gotta go into their lower back in this pose. Really feel your outer hips hug in. Really feel your outer triceps kind of grip and your hands press. And flex your right foot super strong. Okay? Come forward to plank with your right foot not touching the mat. So just skimming the ground. Yep, you're all the way plank. Yep, there you go. Your right foot is just hovering the floor. Good. Now draw your right knee towards your navel, round your spine and hug in. Yeah. So it's a little bit of joint mobility, guys. On the exhale breath, re-extend your right leg up and back to that three-legged down dog. Good. Come forward to that three-legged plank. Round in, hug. Extend the right leg up and back, press. Flex the foot, come forward, don't let the right foot touch, hug it in. This time look all the way forward and land your right foot forward and through, low lunge. Come to your fingertips. Steer your right hip so it's underneath you. Your back left leg super strong. Coming onto your fingertips here and letting the fingertips just hover the mat for a second. Feel like you're doing a little up dog, leading with your chest, gripping the right hip in. Good, then slide your arms forward if you have this range of motion. For some reason you don't, then you can always cactus the arms, that's fine. Or the arms can go back. Grip the outer hips in and then rise nice and slow. High lunge, crescent lunge. Hip points drive forward, yes. High in the ball of your back left toes. Heavy in the standing right thigh, not the knee. The knee is always directly over the ankle for proper alignment. Drag the hands to prayer heart. Lean out only 2 inches. Air twist to the right. It's a small movement. Just look a little to the right without your right hip hugging out. It hugs under. Back leg super strong. The twist is happening from above the belly button. Look to the floor. Left hand tense. You could use a block. Right arm peels into an easy twist. Let the 2 shoulders slide down. Looking sideways or looking up. One more full breath in. Look to the floor, right hand comes down. Keep the right foot where it is. Just turn your left foot on a strong angle without your right hip kind of jutting all the way out. Hug it underneath you and then rise, warrior one. Back foot on a strong angle. Yep. Left thigh pivots enough forward so your left ribs and your whole torso face the front skinny edge of the mat. And I pitch forward a little, my warrior one. It takes a little bit of the sensitivity out of the lower back, but by all means, you can be straight up towards the sky. So just kind of find a spot that works for you. Breathe. Take another full breath in. Hands to the floor. Move through a vinyasa. Up dog may feel really good, or cobra. Nice work. Hips up and back, down dog. Breathe the left leg up. Pause. Flex the foot strong. Hug the hips in. Press down. Come forward to a 3-legged plank so the foot doesn't touch the ground. Hug the left knee in, scoop out the belly and round. Extend the left leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. Do it slow. Come forward into that 3-legged plank. Hug the knee in, round the spine. Extend the left leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. Come forward, hover the foot and then hug in. Step the foot all the way forward and through. Come to your fingertips, pause. The first thing I do is check in with my left hip and make sure the hip isn't going crazy. And then the knee is directly over the ankle. Then I activate the muscles around the back and right kneecap and thigh. Then I'm going to lift my fingertips up and just hover and feel like I can soften through the shoulder blades and lead a little with my chest. Then keeping all of that, the arms go forward like I'm going to launch. So from back leg to sides of the arms to the fingertips, straight line of energy. Then I bring my torso up. So moving in steps this morning so you can feel your body and what's happening. Hip points drive forward, heavy in the standing front thigh. Breath is flowing. Hands drag to prayer. It's a small lean out, like 2 inches, and then an air twist to the left, a small movement. Hugging that left hip, staying activated and strong in that back leg, looking sideways, looking up, and twisting only where there's little ribs. Look to the floor, right hand tense, left arm peels, going into that easy twist. A block underneath the right hand may be super helpful. Stack up the arms, look sideways, look up, breathe. One more big breath in, stay with me. Look to the floor, left hand comes down, left foot doesn't move, which is so hard, the hip wants to jut out. Turn the back foot on a strong angle, steer the left hip underneath you, then root to rise, warrior one. Take a second to come up and feel. Back leg is on a super strong angle, right ribs can spin forward. whole torso facing the front edge of the mat. And you can look up a little without your neck dropping back. Apply a lot of attention towards that back right foot and press to get out of the arch. Hands to the floor, move through a vinyasa or simply just go to dog and hold. Good, here we go. Look to the top of the mat. We'll put it all together. Step or float your feet, or you can crawl. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Sit into your first chair pose. I know you're all super excited about it. Separate your feet a little if you feel like you need some space for your low back. Yeah, heavy in your legs. Shoot up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go, from the top. It's like a dance routine. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Sit deep into chair. You got it. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through, or cobra. Hips up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns, warrior one, or a variation of this that works for you this morning. Hands come back down on your breath, on your own beat, through a vinyasa. So this is the part that not everyone's gonna match up. Like when we're in a classroom, it's easier to kind of all connect. You're just gonna move. Left foot lands on your breath, warrior one. Right, just finding your momentum, your groove. Hands come down when you're ready through a vinyasa. Some of us are very energized, others are just half asleep, upward facing, hips up and back, downward facing. We always meet here. Arms stay very straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine, keep that weight forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Sit into a deep chair. Weight moves into your heels. Feel that energy. Shoot up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. It's a reset. And then the arms slide straight up towards the sky and you sit again into chair. Sit deep. You got it. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Nice. Up dog is a smooth operation. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands on your breath, your own beat, warrior one, or some variation of it. Yes, be creative if you need to. Hands come down through a vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Hips up and back, downward facing. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Warrior one, come on up. Back down we go through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing. You take a moment, you be still. Nice, keep your arms very, very straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale, exhale, fold. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Like, don't be afraid to stick your butt way back and then shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Last one of these guys, arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit deep into chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare, step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, down dog. Just go for it now. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. Come on up. Back down we go. Vinyasa. Up dog. Hips up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. Come on up. Back down we go. Through a vinyasa. Upward facing, point. Hips up and back. Downward facing. Walk your feet together in down dog. Bring your hand out a smidgen and roll to the outer blade of your right foot for Vashisthasana side plank. You got it. Stagger the feet, drop the bottom knee. Find something you know you can hold and breathe. Stack yourself up. Look sideways, look up. Eyes meet the floor, plank position. Pause. Left hand comes an inch forward, roll, and find Vashi on the other side. Be consistent. Lift from your bottom hip through your top, stack it up. Connect and breathe. Look to the floor, plank, separate your feet to their hips with distance. You got it. Halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Pause and up dog. Recurl the toes, chaturanga. Plank position, hips up and back dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns strong at an angle. Come set from the ground up into warrior two. So don't come up yet, guys. Take your block, place it to the instep of your foot. Take the right hand down and peel your left arm open. So the B variation without coming up. Yeah. And if you need to reset some way to make this work, or if the arm needs to rest on the top of the thigh, that's totally cool. See how we did with that. What you're trying to create is a strong angle, okay? So you want to bend pretty deep into that standing right thigh. Hug your right hip. The nature is our hips are tight, so the hip wings out. Hug it underneath, like scoop it up. And then turn your bottom ribs up towards the sky. Now with the left arm, you can decide, you want it straight up, that feels good. Maybe your hand comes to your hip. Maybe you feel like I want to wrap it behind me and take a half bind. Any of those options are wonderful. You can do this with the hand on the floor of the block or the arm resting on the top of the thigh. Keep scooping up that right hip. And once you kind of finagle the pose a little, then you find stillness and you let the magic happen and you just breathe. Turn your chest open a little more. Look sideways, look up. A little heavier in your legs, a little more connection to your breath. Stay with it. I know. Unravel that arm if you took any variation. Just go straight up towards the sky. Then let your top arm and your top leg pull you up to warrior two, okay? Bend heavy in that front thigh. You want to even out the stance here. Yes. So really breathe across your whole collarbone. Guys, let's do this today. Wrap your left arm underneath your right. Yes. And lift your elbows up so you get a nice little thoracic stretch. For some reason, this doesn't work for you. If you've got a shoulder situation, just give yourself a bear hug, or you can simply just have your hands in prayer, but your elbows open so you get a little collarbone stretch. Yeah. Close your eyes. Get heavy in that front thigh. Wrap your right knee open like you did early in the practice in that basic movement. Same motion here. Draw your belly in. Yeah. And just be with yourself here on your mat in the posture and hold. Unravel your arms, warrior two. Spread the arms open wide. Stay with it, guys. Straighten the right leg. Keep your arms open. Turn the right toes in. Good. Clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale the breath, bend a little behind the knees. Exhale, fold. Let the hands drop. Let the head go. For some reason, the clasped hands doesn't feel good in some part of your body. Yes. If you want to play here, like you're like, oh, I got so much energy. I feel youthful. I want to go upside down. Do what feels right here. If your head touches the ground in the forward fold, that just kind of gives you a sign that your stance needs to come in a little closer. All right, so you could play with that. Yep, exactly, Jill. Just play with it. When you forward fold like this, always keep a bend behind your knees. So if you went up, you come out nice and slow. If your hands are bound, just unleash them and take them directly to the floor out in front of you so it looks like this. Yeah. And then your hands come to your hips and then you come halfway up, come the rest of the way up. Reopen up your arms. Pivot from your right hip, your right toes out, okay? And set up for Trikonasana. And you can adjust your stance to make this feel right for you. Yeah. Perfect. Good. A little sensation like you're leaning back. Crown of the head is moving forward. Inner and outer hips are working. Side ribs nice and long. Breath is just flowing, and just hold a little longer. So 2 options here. If your hand is on your shin, such as I'm demonstrating, keep pressing into your shin. You're going to press up, and your left hand may need to come to your hip into half moon without using the block. If you're like, this is totally not going to work for me this morning, I'm trying to talk and show you, okay, then use a block. So your right hand can press into the front of your right shin, and you can step up into half moon that way. Yeah, give it a try. Maybe you need to use the block to start off and then work the hand off the block once you have your balance, and try and creep your hand into your shin. So it's just something to play with. Maybe none of these work, and you're just taking the more traditional way. You're like, she's crazy. That's not happening. Yeah. Flex the top foot and open up. If you were able to catch the hand into the shin, you got to press hard. Maybe the bottom hand can float from the shin up to your heart. Stay with it. Nice, Jill. A little soft bend behind the right knee definitely helps out the balance. Grip the right hip in super strong. You're going to transition back to triangle. Make it a smooth transition. So step right back, triangle pose. Yes. Takes a little practice. It's all about the mindset. Revisit your triangle. Pull up on the front of the shin. Integrate inner and outer thighs. Use the core muscles to really elevate you. Look to the floor. Take it down through a vinyasa. Upward facing. I was practicing yesterday, and I was practicing in a spot in my house next to like a screen door. This door was closed, but I had such bad balance, I kept falling into the door. Like the entire practice, I was like, what is wrong with me? Some days you got it, other days it's just not a smooth operation. Step your left foot smack in between your hands. Don't come up though, make sure you have your block nearby. Turn your back foot strong at an angle. And from the ground up, you're gonna set up for that B variation warrior 2. So take a second to arrange it, slide the right arm straight up and then look up. And if you opted for arm on top of thigh, go back to that option. Try and be consistent from side to side. Hug the left hip in super strong, turn the ribs, and then add in what you want with that top arm. Maybe it's hand to hip, maybe it's wrapping around into a half bind. Pay attention to the little stuff though. That left hip likes to jut out. Yeah. The bottom ribs have to turn. Your collarbone gets a nice opening. And then you look sideways, maybe you look up. And as we hold the pose, you start to tire. So you have to really come back into your breath and stay with it. Stay with sitting a little deeper into that front thigh, because that's where the hip is going to get the opening. Just 3 more breaths. You're doing great. Good. Unravel the top arm. Let that top arm pull you up to warrior 2. So come up to warrior 2. Adjust your stance so it works. Nice, big, juicy stance. Good, and then wrap your right arm underneath your left. If you think you mixed it up last time, take the arm that you haven't stretched yet. Iron out the ribs so everything is down the center line of your body. Rather than yanking down, lift the elbows up. Get heavy in those inner thighs. Wrap the inner left thigh open, then close your eyes and just breathe here for a few breaths. So as you kind of give yourself away to the pose, right, try not to hold on. Try just to let your body absorb the posture. Unravel your arms, spread the arms nice and wide. Stay connected. Straighten the left leg, don't let the arms drop. Pivot the left toes in. If you want today, you can clasp your hands. You can start to fold and actually grab the front of your shins. Inhale the breath, and exhale, you can pull and let yourself fold this way. Yeah, if you went upside down and you're like, I want to do that again, that was super fun, then you do it again. If you like the clasp hands, then you add that back in, and you always take the opposite grip. So many different variations of this wide straddle. What we want though is our hips over our heels, so you're not sitting back into the hamstrings. Yeah. And dropping the head below the heart creates the inversion, which is so wonderful for us all. Couple more. Nice, Katie. If you went up, come out really slow. If you're just folded, unleash the hands so they come underneath your shoulders. So your hands are underneath the shoulders forward. Come to the fingertips. Yeah. Hands to your hips. Come halfway up. Come the rest of the way up. Good. Open up your arms. Turn from your left hip, your left toes out. Back toes turn in a little, and then you set up for your triangle. I like the hand in front of the shin and like press, because that creates this nice extension. And I get out of my low back and I really work into those outer hips. If you need the block, it goes to the outside of the calf. Yeah. And there's a little leaning back feeling. Yeah. And where can you let yourself feel the pose a little more? So if you know you need the block, then by all means take it. If you want to play with balance, you have to bend into that standing leg a little. Look down. Your right hand may need to come to your hip. You're going to press actively into the front of that left shin and step up into a version of half moon where you're not using the block. Flex the toes strong. Lift from the side ribs. Yeah, or maybe you have to start with the hand on the block and then work it off. I highly recommend a soft bend behind the standing leg though, and really making sure that that foot stays forward. Hug the hip in. Yeah, and your balance may not accept it today. That's okay. It's just different ways to think about the poses. Stay for a few more, see what you can find as you work through it. Transition back to triangle. Do it really slow. Smooth transition, triangle pose. Sometimes it worked great. Other times it's a hot mess. Yes, press into that front shin and open up into triangle. There you go. Look to the floor. Move it through a vinyasa. Yeah. Take a nice up dog or cobra. Meet in a down dog. Step the right foot forward. When you get there, turn your back foot strong. Come up, warrior one. Yeah. Good. Drop your arms by your side body, clasp the hands, open up the eyes of the shoulders a little. Inhale the breath, exhale, come forward for humble. You can just rest your stomach on your thigh today, or maybe you feel like your hips are a little more open that you can snuggle in. But the whole left side of your body has to stay facing the floor. So you're not opening your hips, okay? Grip the right hip in strong, activate your back leg, and find something you can hold for the next 5 or 6 breaths. Yes. Stay with it, guys. Good. Pull the torso up. Right. Keep the hands bound, straighten the right leg. Step your back foot in about an inch. Inhale the breath, open up the eyes of the shoulders. This is a brief movement. Exhale, just fold And see if you can drop down a little deeper into your hamstrings. Let the head go. Steer the hips up and back. Grip the right hip in strong. Press strong through your feet and legs. Come halfway up and pause, just like this, guys. Halfway up and pause. So your hands are behind you. I want you to let go of the bind and just activate your hands in the sides of your arms like you're hugging an imaginary block. Be here. Yeah. Good. From here, the left hand's going to come down to the block. The right hand comes to the flat part of the back. And you move really concisely into this twist. So you really set it up from the ground up. So you're going into your twisting triangle. Yeah. Jody, I'd step your back foot at about 2 inches closer to you. Yeah, there you go. And then I'd elevate the block to its highest setting. Perfect. Guys, when you have your hand on your lower back, it's giving you great information about your body. Like, where am I in space? Because I'm not right there. So you have to kind of guide your body in. Steer the hips towards the back skinny edge of the mat, and then the spine moves forward as you twist open. Look sideways or look up. Twist a little deeper. Look to the floor, place both hands down. Spring your left foot forward. You may need to walk your right foot in. Long spine on the inhale, exhale, fold, sit into chair. Sit deep into chair, drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath, hook the elbow and twist to the right. Good, watch the knees. The tendency is that the left knee likes to slide past the right, so you got to get in there. You can air twist, you can go a little less intense. The crown of the head moves forward, the weight stays back into your heels. Stay with it. Good, pull around your chair, stay with me, guys. You're gonna press to stand and lift your right leg up so it looks like this. Yes, float the right leg up so it's hip height, the arms moving towards the sky. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Sit like you're sitting into a chair again. Flex the right foot strong. Good. Wrap your right arm underneath your left. So you're in eagle arms and ankle to knee pose here. You're real heavy in your legs. And then start to fold. And with these eagle arms, if you can, hook the elbows to the front of that shin. Lead with your chest so you stay open and flex the foot strong. Steer the hips to the skinny edge of the mat back. Yeah. Breathe heavy into your outer and inner hips. You got it. Keep looking forward with your eyes. If you're dying to arm balance here, then you unleash the arms and you go for it. But this is so wonderful. Right here, working those hips, opening up the shoulders. Stay heavy in your legs, just start to lift your torso. As you unravel your arms to the sky, press to stand, drawing the right knee in, and then guide the right leg back, warrior one. Warrior one on the left side. Drop your arms down, interlace your hands, opposite way. Inhale your breath, eyes to the shoulders open, exhale, fold. Humble warrior on the left, grip your left hip underneath you, steer the right side of your body forward. Decide how much you need. Snuggling in or just resting like I'm showing here. Press strong through the outer blade of your back foot. Get heavier in that standing left thigh. Stay with it. Two more. Integrate your legs. Pull the torso up. Keep the hands bound if you can. Straighten the left leg. Scoot the back foot in about 1 inch or 2. Steer the waist and the ribs forward. Inhale the breath. Exhale, come forward. This is not a long hold. Steer the hips up and back. Let the crown of the head just drop down. Feel your outer hips hug in. Get grounded with your feet and your legs. Then come halfway up, okay? So your spine goes super long. A little bend in that standing left leg. My back leg is strong and straight. Let go of the clasped hands. Imagine a block behind you. Squeeze it tight with your outer triceps. Take your right arm forward like we're shaking hands. Bend your left palm and place it to the back side of your low back. Reach out and set up for your twisting triangle. My back leg is always straight and twisting triangle. My front leg has a nice little bend to it. And then I'm able to steer my hips back and stack open. So systematic movement, so your body feels the effect of each pose that you take on. These look good. Watch that bottom shoulder stuff. It looks good. Yeah, soften it away from your ear. Two more. Good. Look to the floor. Take both hands down. You may need to walk your left foot in a little and then step your right foot to meet your left at the top. Long spine when you get there. Fold into yourself. Let it go. Then sit into a chair pose. I know you're really excited. Yeah, take it on. Sit deep. Slide your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. Hook the elbow and twist to the left. Yeah, watch the right knee. It has a tendency of wanting to go kind of wild on us. Look sideways, look up, get heavy in the heels. Maybe open up your arms if you did on the other side. You got it. Heavy in your legs, guys. Pull around to the chair. Yes, with your arms moving up, you're going to press to stand on your right leg and draw the left leg up. So it just looks like this. Yes. With the arms moving up, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and then start to steer your hips back. And if you need to use your hands, you do that. Wrap your left arm underneath your right arm, flex your left foot strong, and then start to lean out and kind of hook the elbows, those eagle arms, in front of the shin. If you need blocks and this doesn't work for you, then you go back to what does work, but just different little variations. Heavy in the standing right heel, hug the outer hips in, and breathe. You don't want to feel like you're closed off, so you want to stay really open. Yeah. Okay, stay heavy in your legs, just lift your chest. All right, unravel your arms. Press to stand, hugging the left leg in. Steer the left foot back, warrior one. Okay, here we go. Let your left heel pop up off the floor. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath, lean out, hook the elbow, and twist. Activate the back leg and get in there. Yeah, this is good stuff, man. Good stuff. Look sideways, look up. Don't look back. If you're like, I'm toast, drop your back knee and support the posture. Perfect. Maybe open up your arms. Maybe not. Couple more breaths. Don't give up yet. One more twist, guys. Hands to frame your front foot. Okay. Activate your arms just like this. Hug the right knee in, and like we started, slowly press your right foot straight up and back for a three-legged down dog. Then look forward and swing your right knee forward for half pigeon, okay? Come all the way down into half pigeon. Let your body, more importantly your mind, just relax. Make this work. If you need blocks, you prop yourself up. Make sure your left thigh is facing the floor, as is your left top foot. One more breath, guys. Hands to frame your front foot. Simply just step to a dog. Just step to dog. Land your left foot forward. Just step up to crescent lunge. Good. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean out, hook the elbow, and twist. Activate your back leg. Nice and strong. High in the ball of that back foot. So your energy is moving forward, not back. Yeah. And then don't be afraid to get in there. Open up your arms. Really nice, Jill. This looks great. Nice, Katie. Everyone looks really good from what I can see. Keep gripping that bottom hip underneath you. Yeah. And then twist open. And just about here is where you want to just bail. So stay, 2 more breaths. Twist a little deeper. Hands to frame your front foot. Activate your arms. Use your core muscles. Hug in and then press your left leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. And then use that really good energy to sweep that left leg forward and through half pigeon. And then fold. Let yourself just melt. Okay, great. Come up nice and slow, drop onto your left side, swing your right leg around, take your block with you. So different than how we started. Your left foot's gonna go on the block, okay? You're gonna lay down. You have to kind of move the block so you know you're set, kind of like you would go up into a bridge, so not too far away from you. So work it out. So your left leg is on the block, your left foot is on the block, elevated at its lowest setting. Your right leg is gonna extend up towards the sky like this. Your right arm's gonna stay down, palm's gonna be flat. Your left arm's gonna extend towards the sky. You're gonna tap your toe with your left fingertips, okay? You're gonna lower your right leg. Now, you could lower 2 inches, but your arm's gonna go all the way back. You could lower all the way down. Either which way works. And then you're gonna pulse it up. But try not to let your shoulders or your foot, any way you do this, touch the ground and go. I think you got it. Good. Keep your right palm pressing down and your lower back down. On the exhale breath, pull it up. Go. Good. Let me see how you're doing. Keep going, guys. You could lower 2 inches. You could lower so the heel almost touches the floor. You may need to do it with a bent leg as well. The leg may not be straight. That's okay. Just feel like you're not crunching your neck and you want your lower back safe. So less is more. Keep going. Slower is going to be more effective. Faster, you think you're getting done sooner. So, it's all the mindset. Give it 2 more. Oh, 1 more. Nice and slow. Good. And then release and just kind of scoot the block over if you can. You may need to sit up to do it a little. Get your right foot down. Good. Get yourself set so you know you're not too far. Left leg extends up. Good. Left palm stays flat. Right arm extends. Lift up, tap the toe, and then lower down. The most challenging is so it hovers. Nothing ever touches. You just hover and you go. You might just lower a little bit. You might go all the way. The exhale breath moves you and you crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Keep going. Exhale, crunch. Find a pace that works for you. Keep pressing the right foot into the block. Keep going. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take your block, slide it underneath, set up for supported bridge, bridge pose, full wheel. I like to go high with the block. I go right for supported wheel, supported bridge, clasp the hands around the block, set yourself up here. Full wheel for some of us, if you feel like you just want to go for it. A lot of us just like to place the block underneath and kind of chill at this point in the practice. Yeah. Nice, Katie. Wrap your inner thighs down and under. You went to a full wheel, come down and rest and try it again. If you're just up on a block, your legs are up, stay. Stay a little longer. Yeah, one more. If you're going for full wheel, go one more. All right, start to come out. If your legs are up, please lower your legs first. Get your feet flat and then remove the block. If you're just in a supported bridge, slowly remove the block, let your lower back drop, and then just hug your knees straight in. And take a final happy baby here, because we took it early in the practice, and just see if you feel a little bit more open, loose. And then drop your knees together and then just drop them over to the left and upper body to the right. You can do this legs together, like a double version, or you can do independent. Yeah. So just a simple twist. And then come back through center and just kind of shimmy your hips the opposite direction and then drop your knees over towards the right. And then roll up to center and set up for Shavasana, complete rest. So the most important practice, part of the practice right here in these last minutes, couple minutes, a minute or two of just finding some stillness for your body and your mind. So enjoy, complete rest. Take a really deep breath in. Take a full exhale breath out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring your arms up over the top of the head. Find a nice stretch. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And rock up to a seat when you're ready. Or if you're not ready, just stay down. Sit up nice and tall. And for a second, with your eyes closed, let your shoulders draw down your back. Just feel the effects of this practice. I mean, it's so great for your body because it strengthens and it lengthens and it opens. But for your mind, nothing beats it. Hands to prayer, bow your head. Be grateful. You got this time for yourself. Lift your head. Open your eyes. Namaste. Go out there. Have an awesome afternoon. That was a rock solid practice, guys. Good job. Stay dry.
Joy travels to Florida.